Seated attentively in one of the lecture rooms at the Tunde Cole building are future journalists drawn from broadcast, public relations, print and development communication. Nestled under the distinguished counsel of Dr. Julius Spencer, one of Sierra Leone's renowned journalists who also happened to be a former Minister of Information during the tenure of former President Kaba. The topic, subjectivity and objectivity, was not just important but timely in a society where some journalists compromise in the name of politics and media poverty. During his speech, he laid a solid foundation on how to distinguish between the objective and subjective, coupled with their consequences and proffered solutions. Subjectivity, he stressed, is a personal opinion and emotion used by journalists due to political polarization or commercial pressure, while objectivity is factual and balanced. The languages of objectivity, he continued, cut across accuracy, fairness, and impartiality, whereas subjective languages are assumption, one-sided framing, and personal attacks. Each slide of the presentation caught the attention and interest of the student, having less than 2 years to implement the knowledge in their field of studies. Each word was penned as some students envisioned themselves to make a difference in the journalism field, not just in Sierra Leone, but on the international scene. The consequences of subjectivity notwithstanding damages professional integrity, weakens democracy, and promotes hate speech. Stronger editorial oversight requires sticking to fact and continuous training, among others. But how impactful was this lecture to students and what is expected of them in their journey in the field of journalism?
And what we are seeing now is what we had hoped would happen. That people will come to the university to study mass communication, go out into the field and practice, and make the profession more professional in its outlook. And one hopes that those students who have listened to this lecture will use what they have learned and make sure that their practice is more professional when they go out there. Make the profession better.
Students were excited about the lecture, noting it has molded and shaped their future.
And because an adage that says, catch them young. So with us having this opportunity or at this level, knowing the importance of objectivity and subjectivity in journalism, it is good because it will mold and shape us for the future.
We are taught the ethical things we need to know when we go out to the field, to be transparent, to be objective in our reporting, because people depend on us when it comes to news.
I was one of those beneficiaries from that lecture today. I now know that if I want my story to be balanced, objective and what have you, I have to get all of the sides to the story so as to do the job correctly and see to it that the job is well done.
The possibility of being factual in a politically grounded media house, clarification on the cyber law in protecting journalists, and the legacy of Dr. Spencer when he was a minister were amongst topics discussed during the lecture and brilliant questions asked by students. Dr. Spencer, in his tenure as Minister of Information, set up and established the IMC after 3 attempts, started sludge subvention, and established Radio Democracy 98.1 as an independent radio station, among many other achievements. He admonished students to not compromise but use objective language which will build trust. Mass communication is a faculty at Frobe College where students are groomed to be communicators, reporters, news presenters, editors, and researchers, among others. For SLBC Newser, Cynthia Kamara reporting.